Hi there, business communications or managerial communications students. This is week number 3 here at Norco College in our BUS22 managerial communications class. And this week you are going to be looking at 2 chapters once again. This is an accelerated 8-week class. It used to be 16. So we are doubling up on some of the chapters. And this week you're going to be looking at chapter 3 on intercultural communications, understanding how we live in a very diverse culture, and especially in Southern California, very diverse as far as ethnicities and race and economic backgrounds, etc. So understanding how to communicate in that multicultural environment is extremely valuable. And then we're going to be starting to look at our first bit of business writing, which will take up the second module of our class. And so we'll be going over that as well. But basically, business writing is not the same as writing an essay. Your document does not look and should not look like an essay. And so we'll be going over all of that. We also should be having a Zoom session. I'll be looking at that as well with you here in a moment, where we're going to be going over business writing and kind of the do's and don'ts of business writing. So be watching for that. But I think it's coming up this week. So I'll show you that here in just a second. But let me go ahead and go to our class in Canvas, and we'll go over the assignments that are coming up as well as the Zoom session. So here we are, our home page, and we are in module number 1 for one more week. So actually it'll be another week before we do the Zoom session. So I'll show you that here in just a moment. But here we are in week number 3. Just to back up a little bit into week number 2, we did have a Zoom session on last Wednesday, and I'll be posting. I already posted that Zoom session in there, but it was an older version of it. I actually have the one that we recorded. I just unfortunately left it on my desktop computer at my office, and then I was gone all weekend, so I couldn't actually post the one that we recorded, but I'll be updating that today, and you'll have the most recent one. But yeah, so you can see that it'll come to an email, or if you click either one of the assignments down here on the discussion post or on the individual presentation, it'll have the most recent recording of that Zoom session. So, but last week you looked at business presentations, and that's why I did that first as you're preparing to plan and record and give your business presentation. So I want to make sure we covered chapter 14 early on, so that way you would know what to do in the presentation, which is the big assignment you're working on right now. So as we move into this week, we have, again, 2 chapters, so make sure you read those. You can view the PowerPoints here. We do have a check-in assignment. Again, the check-in assignments are my way of making sure you're getting into the textbook. With the check-in assignments, you're supposed to give me the question and the answer all mapped out, not in all one paragraph. So the question, then the answer, then the next question, the next answer, and the page number where you found that answer. And you should be able to see the page number in Canvas, or excuse me, in Cengage when you're reading the book online. If you bought the book, you can use the physical page, but if you have another way in which you've got the book, I don't know how to find the page. So if you're having trouble with that, let me know. We'll figure it out. But you have the check-in assignment, and then of course you have your 2 big assignments that you've been working on now for 3 weeks. They're both due this Sunday, so make sure you get them done. The first one is your discussion post, where you're giving me the do's and don'ts of business presentations. So it should be 3 different submittals that you've made: your initial list, and then your comments on other students' lists. And then this week you should be doing your final list, and make sure you create a new reply, not replying to yours or replying to another student's, replying to your own or to the original assignment, and then making your final list. And make sure you label it final list. That'll be due this Sunday. You're also working on your individual presentation, which again we went over in the Zoom session, but you're recording your presentation of your 4 most significant life events. Your presentation must show your PowerPoint slides and a video of you giving your presentation, and that's what needs to be submitted. All the instructions are in the Zoom session, as well as if you just click the assignment itself, they're all there. So make sure you follow those and turn that in by Sunday. By the way, you will have trouble if you record it. Uploading it might be too large, so you may need to send it to YouTube and then just copy the link from YouTube and submit that. That's fine. But you need to do that one way or the other. And then you have your first exam. So there is an exam this week. It's covering all the chapters that we went through so far. So it is a little bit of a heavy week. And that's why I've given you 3 weeks to work on the other assignments. So that way you are, got a head start, hopefully. So that's it for week number 3. If you have any issues or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I have office hours Monday, Tuesday, or excuse me, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You can meet with me in the office here at Norco. You can meet with me online on Thursdays, and we can go over whatever you need to help you get on track. If not, have a great week, everyone, and you will see me again next week on the video for week number 4.